So up to this point in our tutorial, we're able to draw this on the bar chart, which we actually looked at in our previous video. So in this video, we're going to look at that of the histogram graph. So what is actually this histogram graph? This histogram graph is the type of graph that is used to show the frequency of a particular distribution or a set of value. This what I mean that, let's say when we look at this of the bar chart that we have, let's say in a particular scenario, let's say that one appear 2 times and maybe two appear 3 times, so that it just shows the frequency or how many times that particular value shows. The graph is going to be more like this of the bar chart, but it's not going to do exactly what this bar chart actually do. But let's say this bar chart is more like just a normal graph, that S and Y graph, but this of the histogram graph is going to be a little bit different. But let's actually do example for us to actually see example. So let me just actually focus on this of the Y. Let me make use of the Y, because this of the histogram make use of one particular set of values. So I can just say hist. So let's actually run this, so you see example. So when we look at this this graph that we have, let me bring this guy. When we look at this graph that we have here, we see that we tend to have the highest distribution to be going to be from that of 3 to 3.5. So this is actually the frequency distribution of this of the set of value, which is this, or can say list values that are inside of this of the list. But let's actually tweak this of the our list a little bit. Let me get rid of it. Let's say let's assume that our 5 tend to, let's assume that 1 tend to appear, let's say 4 times. You can say this is 2, 3, 4. It appeared let me get one rid of this. So 1 appear 1, 2, 3, 4, and let's assume that 3 appeared more of, okay, let's say more of 7. So this is 3. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 1 appeared 4 times and then 3 appeared 7 times. So let's actually look at how our graph is going to now be configured, or is going to look like. Look at this. You can see that we still tend to have this kind of similar characters, but let's look at this one now. Tend to go up a little bit. When we look at it, see that 1 tend to appear how many times? 1, 2, 3, 4. From this of the histogram graph, I can see this is 1, it went up, it appeared 4 times. So let's look at this of the 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then when we look at it, you tend to move on to 7, but you tend to move from 3 to 3.0 to that of the 3.5. You can see, which is actually that of the appear that of the 8 times from the look of the graph. Let's actually go down. How many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 appeared 8 times. Okay, there's remaining one more. This is actually 8, because when we look at the graph, in fact that 3 appeared 8 times. You can see how the listing was actually showing. You can see the bar was actually tend to, from here to move, it's actually moving to the next value, because that's how it actually makes on that of the different. You can actually tweak this of this to only focus on this of the 3 guy that is actually here. So you can see that 5 tend to appear 1, 2 tend to appear. Let's actually make 2 to appear maybe one more, maybe 2 times, and then we are going to tweak it a little bit. And then there's actually, in case if you want to build some more like that of can create random result, can also create random numbers to actually look at examples of it. So you can see now 2 tend to appear 2 times. So you can make use of this of the random, the normal that NumPy tend to have for us to have this kind of beautiful type of flower drop down. Let's actually do this. So it's going to be np what random. We're still going to come in contact with this dot normal. Then we're going to set this. So we're going to do from that of the 170 to 10 and that of the 250. Simple as that. 170 of the movement of 10 to that of the 250. Let's actually see how this of our histogram graph is going to make use of. Most of the time, at times I don't even see the use of this histogram graph, but it tends to have a whole lot of usage. I say that when we look at this 170 tend to so this is actually for 170, this should be 165 or so, to 170 tend to appear more than appear more than 50. You can see how they listen. Do if I run it again, we're also going to get a different structure, or I can say different pattern on how our histogram graph is going to look at like. So you can see it's just the more you keep on running, the more you're still going to get um different pattern or different structure on how our histogram graph is going to look at. But we get the idea behind this of the histogram graph, just like trying to tell us, okay, trying to plot a graph that shows the frequency distribution, or you can say that shows the amount of number of how many times a particular element appeared on a particular set of numbers. So that's just basically the ideology behind histogram graph. There are a whole lot of use of this histogram graph. There are a whole lot of advantages, there are a whole lot of disadvantages, but all remains on the use case of your choice. So the next video, what we're basically going to look at, we're going to look at that of the pie chart. So this pie chart is really a great chart, or I can say a great diagram, or I can say a great plot that you can actually make use of. It's actually in real life. You can maybe in case of statistics, remember all these guys that can be using maybe to actually present the GUI version of your what it actually being, what your statistics or how well your machine learning perform, that of the maybe a new data, or how well it performed on the test data. So we're still going to come in contact with all this. So if you're still getting it confused, don't worry, as we go on, you're still going to understand really more in case if you are still confused. So I'll be happy to see you in the next video. Thank you for watching.